hello. Welcome to my channel. My name is Emmie from Emmie Evolving. If this is your first time joining me, thank you for finding me. This is not the first time. Thank you for coming back. So I'm going to be doing hopefully a quick reading for Pisces, Sun, Moon, Rising, and Venus. Also for your cross watchers. Also for those of us who are empaths and we really don't know why we're on here, but we just randomly ended up here. So here goes. Here goes. All right. Let's get started. There's a merger of consciousness that's occurring right now. And the question is, are you ready? Um, I don't know. I don't know. Maybe I'm ready. Maybe I'm not. Who knows? Let's figure it out. Let's figure it out. Let's make this a quick read if possible. If possible. Yes. Yes. Can we do that? No? No, we're not capable of that? Okay, hold on. Oh, all right. So I'm just going to pull from these three decks. And I'm told the Lemurian deck is one I have to pull from. Hold on, guys. Hold on. So, okay, while I'm getting cards ready, I will be going live later this afternoon for expedites. If you keep missing your opportunity to get an expedite today, make it today. Make it today. All right, here goes. 1, 2, 3. And then the Lemurian deck. Okay. Oops. Oopsie daisy. So, this consciousness merger, it could be several different things. It could be that you are merging back into the whole of you, like your totality. You're combining with all your other fractals that maybe, maybe you weren't aware of, maybe you've been actively ignoring because you're afraid of it, ashamed of it, whatever it is. It could be something like that where it's coming back to you. This could also mean like a merger of two separate people. The merger of two separate people, it tends to do with like let me not start with my attitude. It tends to do with souls who have some sort of connectivity already. Okay. They're like, hey, what's up? Okay. Let me just, let me just stop. Let me stop. Okay. So here goes. Card number 31, surrender. You cannot allow yourself to fight this process because if you do, it's going to be very, very difficult for you. It's going to give you this sense of like you're drowning, you're being held underwater, all of these really like traumatic type of scenarios that you'll feel yourself experiencing. You have to just really allow yourself to surrender to whatever this process is. I'm not asking you or encouraging you to surrender to someone else. I'm encouraging you to surrender to your own process. Minimizing the amount of struggle is really, you have that option. If you don't want to struggle, you just have to choose to comply with your soul. I'm not, again, talking about complying with someone else. I'm talking about you getting into alignment with whatever it is your soul is asking you to experience. So, emotions, Pisceans and empaths, um, this is a period where the emotions are going to really, really ramp up. And it's up to you how you want to take that. Do you want to shame yourself because you're feeling something? Or do you feel like you're going crazy? Or do you want to hide this away from yourself? Like, you know, or are you going to allow yourself to just really be in your fields for, a few hours a day, 2 days max? Being in your fields has nothing to do with attacking anyone else. Allowing yourself to really just bathe in the waters of your emotions, it can help clear away a lot of this distorted feeling and perception that you have, the way you see yourself, the way you regard yourself, the way you treat yourself, really, So many empaths and Pisceans struggle so deeply with this stigma that we experience regarding being emotional creatures. And the fact is this: there are billions of people in this world. If whoever this is that is making you feel this way just does not like to be in feelings or in situations or environments where it's emotionally charged, they can go hang out with one of those other how many billions of people. They don't have to be there. You will still be okay. You really, really will. And sometimes it's this very thing that I'm talking about, this thing of they don't have to be there. And you just giving yourself permission to be who you are. Sometimes that's what merges the strongest and the most weakest parts of you and makes you into a total solid being. And maybe in their absence, you can begin to understand how their presence shrunk you, shamed you, caused you to feel that being anything um, that you actually are, being your most authentic expression of yourself and your truth, is somehow bad or wrong, that you didn't really need them in your life, that maybe these were unrecognized. Um, Codependency connections. These were trauma bonds that were created and maintained. We don't need none of that. We can do trauma all on our own. That's the beautiful thing about empaths and Pisceans. We can do trauma all on our own. I mean, we are highly, highly capable of traumatizing ourselves. We really don't need someone else to do this for us. I mean, really be honest with yourself right now. Look at the way you have interacted with yourself for majority of your life. Have you ever held back any punches when it came time to tear you down? I mean, boo. I'm pretty sure you put your work gloves on. I'm pretty sure you put the back brace on to support the back as you went to town, tearing yourself down. You don't need anyone else's help to do that. You really, really don't. And having these type of people in your life, it doesn't confirm a truth. It just amplifies and spotlights the distorted view you have of yourself. And I know this because I lived through it. I lived through it. It was such a very, very difficult process for me to experience my projection of my really, really hurtful, harmful behaviors towards myself. It really did a number on me. Um, well, when I say did a number, I questioned for a good day, like, am I really wicked? What the fuck is this shit about? Really? Am I really demonic? Is that what it is? I don't really feel demonic. I mean, I know I tell myself that a lot, but I don't feel like it doesn't even resonate with me. Like, what are these bitches talking about? And that's how it went for a day. I let myself really sit there and feel it and question and doubt. Just really, really, really be there in that space so that I can understand fully I don't belong there. I don't fit in there. That's not who I am. That's not what I'm made of. And now that I've really allowed myself to be present in it, I don't need to anymore. I don't want to. I don't want it anymore. You know, like when you have this food that you've been craving and craving and craving and craving, you just really, really, really want it. And then um, you finally drop your inhibitions and you go and eat it and you like binge on it. And like you've been eating it for 3 days straight. And now you're like, I don't want none of this. I do not want none of this no more. No, no, no more. And that's what happens when you allow yourself to sit temporarily. That's the key. Temporarily in these ugly places that people try and put you in. Um, Maybe you just need to experience it temporarily so that you can fully understand, fully wrap your mind around the fact that what you need is your truth, not a reflection of your distortion. So I'm kind of wondering if whatever this merger is a reflection of your highest, most authentic expression of truth. It could be a circumstance, it could be an individual. I feel like we need to make it a point to remind ourselves we can consciously choose to call this to us. We can. We can consciously choose that. It's almost like when we tell ourselves, okay, in order for me to do this, I have to have first um, gone ahead and fasted for 3 days. I need that. And then I have to have completed an entire circuit of like yoga postures. I have to have drank certain juices and bathed in a specific way and lit X amount of candles, chanted X amount. No, you could just be like, look, boo, let's stop fucking around. Come back home. Come back home. Come back to me. Come on. Come on back to me. Mama's waiting for you. 95% at 12:59, 95359. That mirroring, inverted mirroring with a solid foundation in the center. 9 is the number of divinity. 5 is the number of change. 1 plus 2 is 3, which is a solid foundation from which to usher in elevated change, which is another 5, which takes you to a higher expression of your divinity, which is that 9. Maybe it's just time to call things home. Just, hey, baby, what you wearing? Come back home. hmm All right. All right. Now that I've perverted this reading as well, transformation, card number 33. 33 being the number of ascension, mastery, self mastery of that. Mastering your emotions, mastering the distortions that you have within you that continue to encourage you to see yourself in a light that does not showcase your truth. Allow yourself to transform out of that place. Okay. Allow yourself to transform out of that place. You do not have to continue living there. Okay. So here's the thing. I've talked quite a bit about my RV adventures. I was in an RV for a few years by choice. Sometimes when I talk about it, then I talk about how like Michael effing set me up. He had me living in a parking lot for 5 months. Like, what the hell? I thought you were my homie. No, he stranded me in a parking lot for 5 months to force me to step into my purpose, which is being publicly visible. And sometimes people, they'll hear these parts of my history that I share and they feel badly for me. Like, oh my God. I had someone say this to me and I still remember it. Oh my God, you are one of our healers. How dare humanity allow one of our most gifted healers to live as a homeless person on the street? I'm like, it ain't that serious. I did it by choice. I mean, really, that's what happened. It was by choice. I mean, reality. I could have easily picked up the phone and be like, "Mama, I'm stuck in a parking lot. I need money to fix my brakes," and she would have given it to me. I could have just gone live streaming a lot sooner instead of dragging my feet and fighting the whole process. The reason it took 5 months was because I fought it intentionally, consciously. I chose that consciously, consciously. And I know for a fact I knew what was going on because I remember a conversation with my husband where he's like, "This is a fucked up situation." This was near the beginning. And I was like, "No, it's not. It's temporary. It'll end once I'm done learning or experiencing whatever it is I'm supposed to. It'll be over. Don't worry. We're not going to be here forever. Don't worry. Soon we'll be laughing about this." And I dragged my feet for 5 more months. That was a choice I made. Why would I feel bad about something that I chose for myself? Like looking back, I recognized that even then I knew I had the power to change that circumstance, that experience, and I chose not to. That's a show of my power, an irresponsible show of my power, but still a show of my power. So why should I feel badly? When you put yourself in that circumstance, stop buying into society's programming that you should feel badly. This is your whatever it is that I needed to learn so that I could just really learn it and just get it done, not repeat it, not halfway learn it, think I've learned it, get myself out of it, and then to it. What's there to feel badly about? What's there to be ashamed of? Because I didn't fit into some box that society told me I needed to fit into? Well, even when I owned a house, I didn't fit into that box. Even when I tried to conform, When I tried to be a normal mom, when I continued to choose to live as a Stepford soul, I still felt badly about myself. I still felt badly about myself. Every part of me that tried to conform with what society told me I should be, it was just an extra weight that was placed on my shoulders. Extra weight. Why? To make me stronger. That's why. To make me stronger. It's through that additional resistance that you actually develop increased, elevated strength. So be about it. Be about it. Work it out. Work it out. Card number 28, collaborative dreaming. You have exited the dream. I'm sorry. The moment you found me, you exited the dream. Okay? Okay? You're never going to be normal again. Your perception of maybe you could pretend to be normal, maybe you could hide how different you that's gone. Your soul effed you. The moment it got you to click on my video, that forever changed you. Not because I'm powerful and I'm the shit, but because now you've felt some type of resonance that you don't feel when you try and be normal. It's all a setup, y'all. It's all a s I'm not doing it. I'm just here in this room. It's like a big ass closet. I'm just here in the fucking walk-in closet, just playing with cards. You mad? Talk to your soul. This is once you experience resonance of an elevated nature, dropping back down to that very subdued, very, very limited expression of your truth is not going to ever be enough for you. It's just not. You're not going to be okay with staying quiet on things that just don't resonate. You're not going to be okay with just accepting how people treat you. The more space you share with me, the less that type of semi existence will be okay with you. And not just because I'm inspiring you, but because you're recognizing I am a mirror of you. All I am is a mirror of all this potential that the world has told you to be quiet about, to ignore, to be ashamed of. There is a merger that is occurring. I sure dang hope it's a merger with all of these beautiful aspects of yourself that you sent away to boarding school, that you put up for adoption. Like, let the dark ones adopt your ass. And then the dark ones realize this one's not controllable. Give it back. Oh, oh, I forgot who it was that said that. I was expressing, I was afraid. This was years ago. I was afraid of being trafficked. I think it was my cousin. I grew up with her like my sister, and she's like, "Bitch, ain't nobody want you." I was like, "That's fucked up. Why would you say that?" You're so fucking. You think someone would want to take care of you? What? They can't even sell your ass abroad. You're just too difficult. They'd send you right back. Return to sender. Put you in a box. Send you right back. That's fine. Send me home then. I don't care. Card number 8, be the hunter, not the hunted. What this card is talking about is allowing yourself to really finally receive. Receive your truth, receive your power, receive your guidance, receive, receive, receive. As empaths and as Pisceans, there is nothing selfish about allowing to come back to you what is rightfully yours. Okay, so we're going to take this concept to an extreme. You're selfish for having two arms. Do you know how many people in this world only have one arm? You're selfish. Cut that arm off. What? Um, what? Yeah, you know, that's how you should hear it when people tell you that you are selfish for receiving help. You are selfish for this. You are selfish for that. Why? When people used to say those types of things to me, all I would say is, why? You're this, you're that. Why? Why do you think that? Oh, well, see, look, oh my God, you can't even take it seriously. Well, I can because it doesn't resonate with me. That's why I'm asking you why. Like, why should I take you seriously? Why should I value your derogatory words that are based off of your derogatory opinion more than the value I place on my own truth and the person I know myself to be? So why? Tell me why. Why should I believe you before I believe myself? Because that doesn't make sense. Why? Ask yourself, why do you allow other people to block you from receiving your own abundance? We all get a set of abundance from creation itself. Creation itself determines what type of abundance, the potency of that abundance we will receive at any given time in whatever life we're in. It's not someone else or something else that determines this. It's not how good of a person you were in a previous life and now you're going to get the brownie points. It has nothing to do with that. What's yours is yours. And refusing the reception, refusing to receive what creation is gifting you, what creation is putting in the palm of your hand. And not only is it ungrateful, it's disrespectful. It's disrespectful to your soul, to your purpose, to the mission you came into this life to complete. It's a disrespect that I think souls will no longer tolerate this. And if you have to go through the same type of process that I had to go through, where I had to be inconvenienced for 5 months, I mean, really, it was just like an inconvenience. It wasn't that serious. To me, it wasn't that serious. It was just an inconvenience. Do you need to be inconvenienced to that degree in order for you to merge with the parts that are yours? Oh, okay. I see where this is going. Ah, I see where this is going. Hmm. I don't know. I don't know. I feel like you need to have a big, bold vision. Okay. I feel like you have to recognize all of this golden stuff that you have on your neck to adorn yourself with, the things you wear on your ears. Um, there's a potentiality, those are representations of your enslavement, that those are the shackles that keep your ears from hearing the truth. The shackles that keep you from speaking your truth, the shackles that identify you as one who exists within a gilded cage. Yo, that is the very reason I don't wear jewelry. I always felt that deeply as a child. I come from a culture, it's heavily influenced by Hispanic culture. And if you have a daughter, she better be done the fuck up. She better have lots of jewelry, like bling bling. I don't like that. I don't know why. It always made me feel as though I was chained to some expectation of being a person that I'm not. I mean, look at this. I even have this jewelry. This is my mother's. I even have her bracelet right here. Like, this is cheap stuff. It's the cheap stuff. It's not like gold. It is gold, but it's not 24 karat gold, the color gold. And I don't know. I don't know. I'm just kind of at a place where I've come to appreciate what these types of things mean to me now. They remind me of the woman who gave me my strength and my courage. Whether she was able to express it in her life or not was irrelevant. Like, this was something that was within her, and she gave it to me. And these items now represent that. Um, I mean, eventually you grow beyond simply accepting what these concepts are that are put on you. And you begin to own yourself, own your own journey, the details of it, how you see the details. But until then, why continue to participate in something that continues to make you feel enslaved, limited? Everything I achieved in life, I've achieved because I did not have someone there to tell me I'm not allowed to do that. I'm not allowed to accomplish that. That's impossible. And the moment someone begins to say those types of things to me, I refuse to participate anymore. I refuse. I don't want to be a part of that. I don't want to allow myself to experience an actual hands-on experience of your programming entering my truth and becoming a part of my experience. I would rather remain innocent to that. I just would. And some people be like, "Oh, why are you quitting? Oh, just because I said something?" AKA my husband. He said all this shit about I'm gonna fall off the fucking mini bike. I probably would have. It's this really small pocket motorcycle and it's my size. It fit me perfect. And he kept saying that before he got off the bike for me to have my turn. And then I sat there and I was like, I don't want to no more. You just convinced me that I'm going to fail. I don't. He's like, well, no, no, no. I think you'll do fine. No, I don't want to anymore. And if I fall, then you're right. And every time you doubt something, I'm going to believe it as my truth. I would rather be immune to that by remaining innocent to it. Card number 11, Aether, the seamless, unspeakable. Oh, shit. Oh, shit. Okay, so this tells me for some, this is going to be a merger with another person. I've waited 100 years. I'll wait a million more for you. Yeah, make it 2 million. Okay, stop. So for some, this is a merger with another person, the upper and the lower components. And in order for that to happen, which it's begun already, um, each individual was also fractionated. Okay. They have their fractions and their fractions, and their fractions have to come together first in order to come together together. So yeah, that's interesting. The seamless unspeakable. For many, this is unspeakable. It is an unspeakable thing to me. Don't fucking talk about this shit. It's an unspeakable thing, probably because it's very difficult to wrap the human consciousness around it. And now wait a million more for you. Nothing prepared me for shit. Okay, there you go. Harmonic flight. I mean, you need all 4 pairs of wings in order to fly. Yeah? Well, is that 4 pairs? That looks like 4 pairs to me. 2 and 2, 2 and 2, all 4 pairs. Um, very interesting. Ooh, that's a freaking message. Okay, I'll take that. I'll take that. So, what has 4 wings? What has 2 pairs of wings? Higher angelic beings. This is talking about those who have a higher purpose, like a much higher purpose. Um, that's what the merger is. It's not going to be true for everybody. It's not. It's not going to be true for everyone. This merger for most is going to be a merger of your parts. Um, and I think for that small number, these are those, see, and it's telling you that your consciousness is already merging for all of infinity. The number 8 is the number of reunification because of this very thing. It's the merger of consciousness, whether it's your differing parts of consciousness or consciousness embodied by another person. Consciousness is consciousness. Hold on. Okay. What? Wait, what? Okay. So according to Ezekiel, um, um, okay, 4 wings, archangels. Ooh, what? The club's coming back. uh, sorry. Um, So those who have resonance with archangel energy a little bit higher, that means yo, let's take ego out of this really quick. Let me just deflate the ego thing really quick. When you have resonance with archangel frequency, that means you're an elevated servant. You are here to serve. You are here to accommodate childish humanity. That's what you're here for. You're not going to be placed on a pedestal. You're the motherfucker carrying the pedestal. Okay. You're carrying that shit for people. You can get them from one place to another. It's like they're playing lava carpet and you have to carry them to one place to another. That's all that shit means. Don't, oh, I have angelic. Yeah. Who cares? Get your apron and your broom. We need to clean some shit up. Okay, I have that same resonance, and I'm the cleanup crew. Okay, so going back to the message, the archangels, those who were splintered from their resonance tree, they're coming back as a group. hmm Lions, tigers, and bears. Oh my. Lions, tigers, no, lions, bears, bulls. Was it tigers as well? Hold up. Let us see. A human, oh, an eagle, a lion, an ox, a human, and an eagle. hmm Four creatures of Revelation: lion, ox, man, and eagle. Six wings is more seraphim, though. Oh, another tidbit of trivia. A large portion of the seraphim fell. For people who are like, oh, well, I have seraphim energy. Well, good, good. Were you from the fallen side or the intact? Just saying. Card number 37, Mount Shasta. Ooh, that really gives me some feels of some kind. So they say that Mount Shasta contains a hidden entry to Telos. Telos and, just beings, Lemurian beings who have entered into Middle Earth to hide with Gandalf. These coatings are coming down, they're being infused into the rock. If they go deep enough, they'll then find the middle point between Upper Earth and Middle Earth. And then it will hit like a bell on the planetary shield. It will cause a level of resonance that activates this, whatever this is. So, as above, so below. And they're like, bing, and they go back to their respectful places, but initiates a large process. It's a very huge process that gets initiated. He tells me to pull four more cards. I thought this was going to be quick. 33, 44, 73, 27, 76, 122. Let's add some phone here. 51 to 12, 122, 462. Love it. Uh-huh. I've waited 100 years. I'll wait a million more for you. Nothing prepared me for what the privilege of being yours would do. No one told me you give me a headache. Oh shit. That's intense. Okay. Mhm. Okay. Yes. Yes. Here we go. Vulnerability. Um yeah, I'm suddenly feeling a lot of activation in my high heart area and just a lot of pressure. I know this is not coming from an individual. I know that this is like creation energy. Things really just kicked up into a whole different octave. So, card number 56, vulnerability. You have to allow yourself to experience areas and times of vulnerability. And these moments where you are extra vulnerable, vulnerability does not equate to weakness. It just doesn't. Vulnerability is actually a moment of power where you lose your fear of how other people will see, will receive the witnessing of moments of softness. The truth of my power is within my softness. It's in the soft folds within me. That's the truth of my power. It's the truth of yours as well. And I'm not just talking about sexual organs, reproductive organs. You have folds within your cranial space. The more folds you develop in that soft tissue we call brain matter, gray matter, whatever you want to refer to it as, um, the more surface area is created. The more surface area created, the higher the potentiality for the development of elevated, advanced intellectualism. It's just one of those things, there's so many meanings, so many layers and levels of meanings to any given thing that is said, anything that is thought. But are we going to limit ourselves to just accepting, receiving things at face value? Or are you going to dive deeper and allow yourself to receive the full truth of the messages that soul is delivering to you? So, card number 28, gracious receptivity. Um, whoever this is about, whoever this is about, there is some vulnerability that's occurring, maybe walls that once existed, that were once erected between you and another person. They're becoming um, more like gossamer fabric. They're becoming gossamer. They still have the ability to create a sense of separation, but no longer are those walls opaque. No longer are they rigid. They can flow and move with the wind. The wind being air, air being communication on a soul level. I believe there's something going on where two are communicating. There's a communication occurring. One of them, that's crazy. That's crazy. Okay. It's almost a sense of one of them still has parasitic cords attached to them. They've already turned their back to that. They've turned away from it, and it's they're still in their process. I would say maybe there's not going to be any communication that occurs right away. Maybe this is more of like letting you know the process has been initiated. 72% at 127, 72127. It's still that mirroring that's occurring. Um, so happiness is just right there. It's surrounded by transformation. If you look, hummingbirds tend to represent happiness. Well, they've always represented happiness for me. Anytime I worry about my wishes being fulfilled, that maybe I've asked too much from creation itself, I'm typically shown a hummingbird to tell me, little girl, you never ask for anything. So everything you ask for will be given to you with no hesitation, like a loving parent trying to reassure their child that it's okay to have needs, it's okay to have wants, and within reason, as your parent, I will try and fulfill all of that for you. So there it is. There it is. These are major changes, major changes. One of the most major times that a hummingbird was such a huge like delivery of beautiful encouragement, when we were in the process of looking for a house to buy, our first house to buy. And I was getting very disheartened because every time I would contact the realtor, the house already had an offer, yada yada yada, and I was like, we're never going to find anything that we can afford. And then we went to go see this one house. It wasn't the biggest house. Um, it was pretty. It was a nice starter home. And we arrived, and right outside the front door was a tree that was planted. It was still a young tree. And We parked right in front of that. My door opened to that tree. And I thought someone had placed a toy in the tree. What I thought was a toy was a living hummingbird sitting in its nest, just looking at me, not scared. Well, I ended up making an offer on that house and bought it. And when it came time to leave that house, which is a huge, huge, huge leap of faith for me and my family, we don't know anyone in any other state at that point. Um, I needed to know that we would be okay if we sold that house. Not only were we okay, not a butterfly, a hummingbird walked me from my driveway around the corner of the street through to my front door. And it this close to me. And I was like, "You're scaring me. Don't go at my face." And the whole way it walked with me. And within a week, that house was sold for an aggressive listing price, no haggling. And within a week of that, the money was in my account. Who does that? Who goes through that? Souls who are in alignment. It was a scary thing. It was a huge leap of faith. But to have been able to experience so much and allow those experiences to help me understand, when I see this, my soul is telling me, you're going to be okay. Everything's going to be fine. Don't be scared. Just go for it. Just go for it. And that's how I've lived my life. That's totally how I've lived my life. But this image has another message to it. Look how her hair is dreaded. Jata is a very, very sacred hair form. A lot of people think it's just this, like, it's a type of hairstyle that's specific to specific regions. It's like, you're taking my this and that. I recognize jata from way way. This is an ancient practice that doesn't belong in the islands. Doesn't, it's way over there somewhere in Eastern Asia. And these sacred walks of life, they would dread their hair and never cut it. And it's almost like this sense, this message of allowing your power to accumulate into bite-sized pieces, more manageable pieces, instead of one big, dreadlock, one big mat. You would allow it to dread in smaller pieces and allow it to continue to grow. This is power condensed, organized, but also limited, because it cannot wave around in the wind like free flowing hair. Just a lot of different messages here where it's like, even if you feel as though you have no other option but to be confined right now, to be limited in your perception of who you are and how you're going to live your truth and what that truth actually is, there's still power in that. There's still power in that. Just like really let your mind wrap around all the different nuanced layers and levels of messaging these cards are giving. Card number 19, balanced forces. So, it's again mirroring, mirrors, mirrors. It's a balancing, a rebalancing that's occurring. I'm assuming at this point, one of you still has parasitic attachments. You've turned your back on it, but it's still, there's some connection still there. There's still an ability for something parasitic to access. And that's probably why it's still kept separate. And at some point, what? They live on their own? What's that mean? When they live on their own. Hmm. What does that mean? Because I have no real idea of what that could possibly mean. I'll just take it at face value. Maybe their living circumstance, they need to not be where they're currently living. Maybe that's the connection. That's how parasitic something is still accessing, and the connection can't go further until that access has been completely severed. So it could be living with family, it could be living with a roommate, it could, it's whatever the circumstance is right now. Okay. It could be you. It could be you and who you live with, or who comes over often, who stays so much, all of that. But it's going to get to a point where things will be balanced, and the access to you, the access of something parasitic will be greatly reduced and no longer an issue. So, card number 21, communication co creation. Oh, so that's the merger point. That's the merger point. I don't know who needs to hear this, but I just heard you become a different person when you're together. So I almost wonder if this is someone that you've known in the past. I wonder if maybe, if you don't have a human history with them from this human life, maybe you have a connection with them from a previous life. Um, I don't know, but when you're in proximity, things are shifted. The two of you then begin to orbit each other, and it's just the two of you, never looking away from the other. I don't know if that makes sense. Don't mind my makeup issues. Oh, so orbiting just like that, orbiting round and round, facing forever each other, never being able to look away. Is that an eye? Ew, that's an eye. What the fuck? I'm fucking weirded out. Card number 48, surrender. Allow yourself to surrender to your own process. Okay. Allow yourself to go through all these different areas of your own thoughts to see where exactly the fear is rooted. Where has that fear been buried? Okay. Find out, and get your answers. Get your answers for yourself. For some, this might include the presence, participation of another person. For others, it does not. Um, it's a very unique thing for each person. If you feel like this is really specifically um, based in something involving another person, it's not for me to tell you that it is or it isn't. Just make sure that you use a lot of discernment. Don't become so dependent on your preconceived notions, your expectations of how this is supposed to work out. Okay. I don't know if y'all can see it. You can't see it. I have an eye here. It it started as something like this, where oil spilled on me, it splattered on me, and then my body totally overreacted, and that one little dot became a heart. And then that heart got picked and became an eye. And I'm just like, what the fuck is this? Now it's stuck like that. Maybe I should have left it alone. All right. So, you guys, I'll be coming live in a little bit to do expedites. If you've been wanting or needing an expedite, please try and come early, because I don't plan to have the expedites link open very long. Okay. With that, I should be going live around 4:30 p.m. Pacific Standard Time. Uh, and I should have the expedites link ready. I don't know, 10, 20, 30 minutes, an hour. Subscribe to this channel and you will get a notification when it's ready. I'll see you guys. Yeah, love y'all. Bye.